Getting reviews can be slow and frustrating, but what if there was a review method that you can use to get 100 plus book reviews within the first 30 days of launching your book without breaking the KDP guidelines? I'm Will Warren, and over the past 3 years, I have helped hundreds of self-publishers get 100 plus reviews on Amazon using a simple review method that nobody really talks about. In this video, we are going to be covering what this method is, who it's for, and how you can start using it to get more reviews on your books. So how do I get these reviews? Well, I've tested multiple review strategies over the past 3 years, and the one that seems to consistently work better than the others is Facebook Messenger ads. First off, what exactly are Messenger ads? Basically, we run Facebook ads that give away your book for free to readers. The readers receive the book in Facebook Messenger, and we give them a few weeks to read it before asking them to leave an honest review on Amazon. Who is this for? First off, let's talk about what books work the best with Messenger ads. And the first one is going to be a nonfiction book, because with nonfiction books, most of the time a reader can look at the title and the cover of a book and know approximately what that book is about, which makes it easier to convert on the Messenger ads. As opposed to fiction books that definitely can work with the Messenger ads, but they don't work as well because with a lot of fiction books, you look at the book title and cover and you might not know exactly what the book is about. So for that reason, I would recommend probably not doing fiction books with this method and sticking to nonfiction books. And within the nonfiction books, specifically, we see the high content books performing better than the low content books. And while low content books can work, typically nonfiction, high content, 30,000-ish word books do the best with the Facebook Messenger ads. So what are some of the pros and cons to using Messenger ads? Well, the first major pro is that you can get the reviews fast. With Messenger ads, you are paying Facebook to put your book in front of interested readers. The more you pay Facebook, the more readers they show your book to. So time is not really a factor, and you can realistically get these 100 plus reviews in just a few weeks. The second major pro is that you can build a list of readers who go on to leave multiple reviews for you. With the Messenger ads, we're getting real readers who actually like your book. So if they liked your first book and went on to leave a review, there is a good chance that they're going to be interested in reading and reviewing your future books as well. And that's really the goal with this method, is to acquire the readers from the ads and eventually build a list of repeat readers. The third major pro is that the time is pretty low, because once you end up setting up the ad, it really honestly runs itself because it gives the book out automatically and you just have to add more budget to give out more copies. So while the setup is a little bit hard in the initial setup process, the overall time is much lower compared to other review methods. When it comes to the cons, the first and major con is going to be the cost to get the reviews. On average, across nonfiction books, you can expect to pay about $15 per review left on Amazon, give or take a few dollars. And I know that sounds expensive, especially compared to other review methods, but what you have to realize is that that overall cost is going to get cheaper the more books that you do, because if you are building a list of reviewers, you don't have to pay that $15 every time. Once you have gotten that reader to leave a review on the first book, they are now a part of your list and you don't have to pay Facebook anymore. So the goal is to lower that $15 per review cost by using your list and getting out more books and getting more repeat reviews. The second major con is that it is just risky to use the Messenger ads because these are real readers leaving reviews. And if they don't like your book or they just don't have interest in the book that you have, it's not going to work out because that's just the risk you take on with real readers. They're going to leave real, honest reviews. And if they don't have any interest in your book, they're probably not going to want it to begin with. So there is an element of risk to the messenger ads. The last major con is that the setup process is pretty hard, because especially if you have never ran Facebook ads before, the whole ad console is just a little bit complicated to get set up. But fortunately, I'm going to walk you guys through how I set up the Facebook Messenger ads so you don't have to deal with that initial setup process. So those are the pros and cons to the Facebook Messenger ads. We actually have a module in our free course that shows exactly how to set up and run the Facebook Messenger ads step by step. And there's also 2 templates down here that I refer to in the video, which you'll be able to access in the description below. So let's go ahead and play this video. The first thing that you have to do is create your Facebook ad account. If you do not have a Facebook ad account, go to this link right here, adsmanager.facebook.com. And we're going to type it into a brand new browser. From here, if you've never created an account before, it's going to look something like this. You'll click login with Facebook, just log in with your personal Facebook and follow the prompts. And from there, your account should be created. After that account is created, we are then going to go to adsmanager.facebook.com/manage campaigns. And this is where you'll actually be able to create the ad. And the first button we're going to hit is the create button. And the objective that I like to hit is leads, because this is how we run messenger ads. From here, I usually pick manual leads campaign. The layout's just a little bit simpler and I'm just more used to it. The first thing I like to do once I get here is name the campaign, the book title. For our book, it's going to be how to play chess. And once you name the campaign, you literally don't have to do anything else. Just go and click on next. Once you're in the next level, which is what we call the ad set, we are then going to go down and select Messenger and select a Facebook page. Now, a lot of you guys are not going to have Facebook pages that are dedicated to your books. So what you're going to do is click on this link and open it up in a new tab. And it's going to bring you to the page where you can create that new Facebook page. And as long as you're logged into Facebook, you will be able to go automatically directly to this page. And once it loads, you can create your profile or page. We're going to create a public page, go next and follow the prompts, name the page. I usually like to do something along the lines of what your book is about, but as long as it relates somewhat to your book, we're good. Once you've created that page, let's go back and select it. Now I have one of my pages selected already that I have from previously. And once you do that, the next step is to go down and set your daily budget. When we're just starting to create the ads, I like to do $1 per day. And then once you set that, the most important thing is to choose your location. We're going to only target people in the United States because United States reviews are the most important reviews on Amazon. And if the reviews do show up as unverified, they'll show up in the United States. Then after that, we're going to go down to the Advantage Plus and choose our targetings. I like to use the original audience. And once this loads, you should be able to go down and add in your age, gender, and as far as this goes, unless it's super specific to your niche, I like to keep this as broad as possible, 18 to 65, all genders. Unless your book is specifically for women or men, I really wouldn't change most of these demographics. And the next step is the detailed targeting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in something along the lines of my book. Our book is How to Play Chess. So I typed in chess and we have a ton of different targets. As far as the criteria I like to use for my target is pretty much just based on audience size. The bigger the target, the better. I like to go targets above 10 million. So to start, you're only going to pick one target. Now we're going to come back and make more targets, but for each ad set, which is the second level, I only want to pick one target. Once you pick that target, let's go up and name the ad set. This is going to tell us that, hey, with this ad set, we are targeting chess game. Now that that's done, we are going to scroll down, and the next thing I like to do is make sure we're targeting English. As long as your book's in English, I hope it is if you're watching this video. And this is going to make sure that you don't target other languages. Once you do that, we pretty much have all of our targeting for the ad set up, and then we can go next. This is where the ad level is, and we can create the ad creatives and the automations in this section. As far as the name, I leave that blank. We're going to scroll down and set up our ad creative. I like to do image ad, and then we're going to put in our primary text. Now, I have a standard template that I use for the primary text. You can basically plug this in. The only really difference that you'll need is just change the title of the book. My title is How to Play Chess, so just insert your book title, and you'll be able to download this template, by the way. It'll be linked in the description of the video, so that way you can use this. And I'm just going to copy this, paste it in my primary text, which is the main text that everybody's going to see. And then the headline, we are going to add in the little message me button that I like to add, and this is going to tell people where to message you at. So once I have that, I'm going to go next. And now it's time to select your media. As far as the media goes, I like to create my mockups in DIY book covers. Once it loads in, then I like to scroll down, click on the composite option, and then you can really choose any of these. Some of my favorites are this one, and I also really like, which one is it? I also really like this one as well, but for this sake, we're going to click on this one, and then you're going to go next. And now you're just going to click on browse, and I like to get your book cover. So have your book cover ready to go. Once you upload that, then it should kind of show you that it's uploaded. And we're going to go next right here. And I like to download the PNG version of the mockup, and it should appear in the top right of your screen if you're in a Mac. For Windows, I don't know what it looks like. Once you have that ready to go, then I go to upload, and I'm just going to pick that mockup that we just made. We're going to go next. And then I don't really mess with this. I usually keep it at original, and sometimes you can mess with it if you have different covers, but typically I just keep that as original. I'll go next right here. And then as far as enhancements goes, I really don't like a lot of the enhancements that Facebook does. So I'm going to turn off pretty much everything, especially text improvements. Make sure you turn that one off. And I like to keep the visual touch-ups where it's basically going to like resize your image if it needs to. But aside from that, I like to turn everything else off. And now we have our placements, or the different ad previews right here. You'll be able to see all of them. And the next step we're going to do is we are going to create our automation. This is how we're going to deliver the book. What I'm going to go do is click on create and make my welcome message. I like to just keep it as hi name, super simple. And then I go to my questions. My first question is, would you like a free copy of the book title? And from there, my answers, I put, I would love a copy. And for my other answer, I'm going to go no. The reason I like to put I would love a copy is you see how this is so much bigger than the no. So if we just put yes right here, then that's going to be super small, and they could fat finger that and click on no. So I like to make the yes text super big, so if they want to click on it, they're not going to mess up. And then we're going to go down and make sure that the I would love a copy goes to question, the no goes to disqualification. We're going to delete this next message, click on add question, add in our custom message. And for the custom question, I say, okay, great. All I ask is that in a few weeks, you leave an honest review on Amazon. Sound good? From there, I'm going to add in our options. First one, sounds great. Like to keep it nice and big. And then the second option is going to be just no, nice and small. For the no, we're going to go to disqualification. And for the sounds great answer, we're going to go to the completion message where we deliver the book. Then I'm going to scroll down and create the completion message. What I do here is just say, perfect. You can start reading the ebook below. And then what I'll do for attachments, I'm going to go to website link, type in read now, and then enter my URL link. What I've seen work a lot better than just the Google Drive link is if you make a mock-up page. So what I like to do is I like to make kind of custom mock-up pages for my book to look super professional. When they click start reading now, I actually have this software that basically allows the reader to read the book like it's an ebook. And what I have seen in using these kind of website templates in the ebook template is that it gives a lot more professional feel, and it actually results in the conversion rate of reader to reviewer to go a lot higher than if you just sent them like a Google Drive link, which is just like scrolling the PDF. So if you can, making a nice website with an ebook reader is going to really just help give off like, hey, this is a more professional thing, but do whatever you can as far as being able to deliver the book. So what I'm going to do is just take the link to this website. And this is what we do inside of our review service is we use the same kind of template and just switch out the book covers so that every book we deliver is kind of professional. Now, if you are not able to make your own custom website with a custom book reader, what I recommend doing is adding in the Google Drive link so that the readers can just read the book from the Google Drive link. The way you do this is you go to drive.google.com, and then once you're here, you click this plus new button, file upload, and you select your book. Wherever it is on your computer, select the PDF version of your book and add it in to your Google Drive. Once it is added in, what you're going to do is click on these three dots right here, click on share, and you want to change this access from restricted to anyone with link can view. Once that's done, then you click on copy link. And another thing, I recommend changing the name of this to whatever your book title is because the readers will see this name, okay? Now, once you have that, then you're gonna go back in to the ads manager, and underneath the read now where the website link was, you're just gonna add in that Google Drive link. And this is what it looks like when you've added the Google Drive link in from the reader's point of view. They will now be brought to the Google Drive PDF version of your book instead of that website that I showed you guys. And this still definitely works if you can't get that website down. It's just not as good. And as far as disqualification message, I just keep the same one. In the privacy policy, this is another big thing if you're gonna be running a lot of ads, is you wanna basically have some sort of website page that goes over kind of what you're gonna be using their information for. I have this one that basically says, what we're going to be using their information for. We're not going to be spamming them. We're just going to be asking them to leave an honest review. Their data is not going to be sold or anything like that. So you just want that to let Facebook know, hey, this is what I'm doing with it, and it's kind of required. So before I hit save right here, I'm going to click on preview in Messenger. And what this is going to do is it's going to show me what it looks like from the reader's standpoint. So I'm just going to open up Messenger. And from here, this is kind of what it looks like from the reader's point of view. It says, would you like a free copy of How to Play Chess? I would love a copy. Okay, great. All I ask is that in a few weeks, you leave an honest review on Amazon. Sound good? Sounds great. And then from there, they get this message saying they can start reading it. And then it will go directly to the page that you set up. and they can start reading the book. So that's what it looks like whenever somebody is interested in your book and clicks on the ad. So now that that looks good, we are just going to go ahead and click on save. Got it. And we are pretty much done with the setup. Make sure to go back and check to make sure everything's right. Then what I like to do is I like to duplicate this ad set. So make sure when you're duplicating, you duplicate the second one, the ad set. I duplicate this one usually 4 times because I like to start out with doing multiple different targets on the books, because remember, we're only targeting chess game. So then I'm going to go down here. I'm going to keep everything the same in the ad set level. Don't mess with the lead ads, just mess with the ad set level, and it's going to have that name right there. You're going to scroll down and you are just going to change this one target. So we have chess game right here. I'll probably type in chess, and maybe we go that chess, study chess is a little bit small. See if we can find a bigger target. Okay. We have this one, which is 31,000 world chess. Okay, it looks like a lot of these targets aren't that big, but I guess the second big one, even though this isn't a perfect target, we're going to go with study chess because it's the second biggest one that is related to chess. And then click on X right here. And then we're going to basically copy this, go up here and put study chess. That tells you, hey, this is what I'm targeting. I'm targeting the study chess target. And then we're going to go down here and we're going to go down and see if we can find some other different targets relating to chess. We can see that I think the last one of decent size is this World Chess Championship. Aside from that, there don't seem to me be very many big chess targets that we can target. So the final one is going to be this World Chess Championship. And now that we've kind of hit all the chess targets that are relatively big, multiple millions, then we're going to go in and see if we can find something different. As far as chess goes, it's kind of like a game. So we're going to see if maybe we can search the board games, see if that's a good target. And board games looks like a solid target. It's huge. Now, not everybody in this is going to be interested in chess, but the demographic is so big that a lot of people are going to be interested in chess that like board games. Now, for this next target, I can't really think of, sorry, let's go and make sure that we name this one. For this last target, we've kind of exhausted a lot of the options that I would normally think of. So what I'm going to do is once I run out, if I do run out of good targets, a lot of times I just go nothing and I just let Facebook choose who it's going to target. And then I will put nothing. And so that's basically how you set up the ads. And once we do this, then we're just going to click on publish, and your ad is going to go through kind of a processing period where Facebook is going to make sure that the ad looks good. And in a couple of hours, up to 24 to 48 hours, that ad should be live and ready to go. From there, then you should be able to start editing that ad. Now, the ad that we set up with you in the screen recording was not a real ad because the book is not an actual book. But I wanted to show you guys kind of how we can scale the ads once we get them published and show you an actual example of a book that we're currently doing in a review service. So right now we have all the ad sets at $1 per day. And basically what I'm looking for is I'm looking to scale these ads as fast as I can while keeping the lead cost down. So you're not trying to spend as little per day as possible. You're trying to basically, hey, how can I get as many leads as I want as quickly as possible while making sure my cost per lead stays down? As far as cost per lead, which is cost per every copy that you give out, the goal is to stay under around $2. So what I'm going to do is once the ad goes live, let it run for a couple of days, maybe 2, 3, 4 days, and then come back in and check on it to see how it's doing. So this one's been running for probably about 4 days now. And I'm going to come in, we have all the ad sets at $1 per day, and we can see the total cost per lead. We have 33 cents per lead, 57 cents per lead, 66, 28, and These are definitely not standard results, much better than average, but they are all well within the range. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to scale the lowest cost per lead. So we have this campaign that's doing about 28 cents per lead. So I'm going to go down and put this target to about $5 and publish it and see what other ones I want to scale. Now, all these are definitely good enough to scale, but the goal is to scale the best targets in a campaign. So you also see this one. This one was at 33 cents per lead. So I'm going to go back and scale this one up to about $5 per day, publish it, and let's see if there's any other like good outliers. Basically, in general, scale the outliers. If there are no outliers, then you can scale them all. But let's go ahead and see. We have this 47's doing okay. So maybe I'll put it at $3 a day, see how that goes. And yeah, these other ones I'm not going to scale because they're a little bit higher than the other two targets. But what we're going to do is give this a couple of days, maybe 3 or 4 days, then come back in and check on it. And if those cost per results are still low, I'm basically going to continue scaling that. And as long as the cost per result is under $2, I'm happy with it. But obviously, if an ad is performing exceptional like this one, we're going to want to keep that cost per lead as down as possible. So basically slowly scale your ads and give it more budget as it's kind of learning the algorithm a little bit more. But there's no exact science to it. Look at the ones that are performing better, give it more budget, and make sure that it continues to perform better than the other targets. That's the general rule. And yeah, the goal is to do this as fast as possible so that we can get the reviews as quick as possible. So who is really a good fit for this method? Well, if you plan on getting out nonfiction, high content books, you want to get the reviews fast, you plan on getting out multiple books per year, and you want to build a list of repeat reviewers so that the cost goes down over time, then I think messenger ads are a great way to get reviews. If you want to learn how to run the messenger ads after that initial setup process, check out the rest of module 2 on our free course, which goes over how to scale the ad and then follow up and ask those readers to leave a review. And I hope you got some value from this video and you're able to take this and go and run the messenger ads for yourself so that you can get the reviews faster and build that list of repeat reviewers.